Welcome to Legalized Thought Leadership video series. I'm Jim Leffler, and today we're going to talk about using confidence intervals to set and manage expectations about defense costs and the duration of matters. You might be thinking, what the heck does election polling have to do with defense costs? We'll see in just a moment. For corporate legal and claims departments, confidence intervals can be a great first step towards improving the predictability of your outside legal costs and/or the time it takes to resolve claims. If you're in a law firm, I hope this will provide some perspective on your client's business objectives. In addition, this is a concept you can apply within your own firm to improve the predictability of your time and costs required of delivering legal services. So what is a confidence interval? It's a range within which we expect the true measure of a population to fall. For our purposes, we might want to estimate the average defense costs of employment claims, or the average duration or cycle time of those claims. Before doing any predictive modeling to determine what drives defense costs and duration, it's helpful to understand the historical range of those measures to anticipate the expense and timing of future similar claims. Now, we've all seen confidence intervals. They're just not called that. What do we see during election cycles? Polls. Pollsters will state, for example, that candidate A holds a 5-point lead over candidate B with a margin of error of plus or minus 3%. If the election were held today, we would therefore expect that candidate A would defeat candidate B by 5%, but the margin of victory could be as high as 8% or as low as 2%. That spread of 6% is called the confidence interval. Now, how good is this estimate? How confident is the pollster in his or her prediction? The desired level of confidence, typically 95%, will directly affect the sample size. The higher the confidence level, the larger the sample size required. Now, walking through the specific calculations is beyond the scope of this brief video. But let's consider how pollsters select which voters to include. After all, every individual is unique, each with their own values, priorities, and issues they care about. Here, the pollster will randomly select voters based on certain characteristics or dimensions, such as district, party affiliation, and other demographics. Now let's see how we can apply these same concepts to outside legal costs. Just as every individual is unique, every case is a snowflake, each with its own profile and dynamics. For employment matters, therefore, we might want to limit our sample to those which initially presented with similar facts and circumstances. It's also important to consider who leads the litigation. Does in-house counsel take the lead, or do they delegate to outside counsel instead? Perhaps the jurisdiction has an impact. The location might be important as well, given different state laws as well as different attorney rates. Results based on this sampling criteria might look as follows. Based on a random sample of 100 closed employment claims having certain characteristics, we estimate that the average defense cost is $23,000 with the margin of error of plus or minus $8,000. We are 95% confident that the true average defense cost of all claims with these characteristics could be as low as $15,000 or as high as $31,000. In repeated sampling, we would be 95% confident that this process will capture the true average cost of similar claims within the interval calculated. These results beg certain questions. First, how can we reduce this $16,000 spread in order to improve cost predictability? For an estimated average of $23,000, this $8,000 or 35% swing in either direction is pretty significant. Can we reduce our average cost? Most importantly, how do we achieve one or both of these objectives without adversely affecting outcomes? We can also calculate confidence intervals for the duration of claims. Similar objectives might be compressing the underlying confidence interval, i.e. increasing predictability, without sacrificing settlement leverage. A more specific question might involve the nature, timing, and extent of ADR options. Confidence intervals can provide insight about past portfolio performance in a way that allows you to ask the right questions in order to establish goals for where you want it to be tomorrow. For law firms, think about how you might use confidence intervals to streamline the delivery of your services for improved profitability. We've only just scratched the surface of ways you can challenge and improve the predictability of your legal costs and matter duration. For more information on this topic, or how our team of experts might be of service, please visit legaliroi.com or email me directly. Thanks for watching, and stay in control.